Welcome back to NBA Cinema, guys. So, with the trade deadline approaching, Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat situation is not getting any better. Matter of fact, it's getting worse by the day, and it's not helping with Jimmy Butler trolling online, right? Posting some of the things he's posted, not fulfilling his obligations as a player, walking out on the team because they decided not to start you. Um, so Jimmy is not helping himself with other teams or getting close to the money that he desires at this point. And they don't have to trade him. They're not going to win a championship this year. So their thoughts is probably, when you're dealing with Pat Riley, let me hold you to the end of the year, and then okay, are you either opt in with us and play by our rules, and we'll continue taking your money for anything that you do that we deem unnecessary, or you go out there and try yourself in the free agents market and see, can you get the money that you think you worth. Well, we got Carmelo Anthony and Dwight Howard, man. They actually chimed in on this, and we're going to listen to what they had to say.
With it the out of here. Should any NBA team take a chance on Jimmy Butler given his latest antics?
I think he's a great player. I have nothing bad to say about him, but I probably wouldn't. Not at this point. It's just too much from the stuff that I'm seeing and what's going on. I probably, as a GM, wouldn't sign him unless we had a conversation.
Right.
And it's like, yo, are you serious about winning right now? What's your goal? Is it winning? Is it money? Like, is it you being the star? What are you trying to accomplish? Because I'm trying to take this team to the promised land, and I need a true leader. If you're going to be that leader for my team, this is what it's going to look like. I'm not with Jimmy doing what he's doing either, making a mockery of himself and also the team, and jokes and stuff like that. At the end of the day, these people do employ him. You got to have some respect for them on that end. They are paying you 50 M's. Like, damn, give me two.
It was funny at first. Now it's affecting business. You are becoming a cancer to the organization. Forget the team. The organization is starting to feel embarrassed. The organization is starting to get the call from Mickey Harrison and saying, yo, what the f are we gonna do with this? Because now my circle is talking about this. In his mind, he really feel like that picture that he posted. He ain't got no job. You know how crazy it is to feel like you not with nobody and you whip somebody? I could have been flipped on New York. I could have been said in the media, get the God, I'm leaving. I could have posted like Tommy. You know what I mean? I was posting Ali with 7 arrows in him. Like, you get, like, I was posting like that, but that was me going through it and figuring it out. But one thing I never did, I never ran from it. I'm going to hoop. I'm going to stand down, give a what's going on in that front office. You got to have a real conversation with Jimmy. Are you in? Or are you out? A team better take a chance with Jimmy Butler.
Okay, so you saying yes, you saying no. Is it a combination of just the antics, or is it, yo, he ain't 24?
No, it's the right situation that Jimmy has to go to.
But what team is that?
The Lakers?
No.
Phoenix?
No.
Houston?
They already got a squad.
Nah, Houston could use Jimmy Butler.
Milwaukee might be the best fit, low-key.
If you're talking about wanting to win, at least try to win, Houston would be that spot.
Okay. I could see that being one team.
They got a younger team, a couple vets on the team already. They play your style of game. They play hard as they physical. They got a dope coach in Ime.
Yeah.
They got a different type of culture over there in Houston as opposed to before.
Now, one of the issues I've had with Jimmy Butler is he's talking about teams he don't want to go to, like Memphis, and they're in pretty good position to make a little run in the postseason this year. And he's wanting to go to Phoenix, right? His relationship with KD and some of those guys over there, he kind of wants to do that. But you aren't putting yourself in a position where the organization feels obligated to do right by you in this split. You're ostracizing yourself from the people that's going to be making the very decision for you when it comes to a trade. So now the team is just kind of looking at it as, okay, any deal we get, we just sending you, like, and there's no thought in it. There's no really emotional attachment to it. You just gonna be gone, and so I don't like the antics Jimmy Butler's using at this point. I mean, 35, knee injuries, only playing in a small percentage of the games. Yes, y'all have clawed your way up from the play-in all the way to the NBA Finals and stuff like that, but they'd love to get home court. Like, if you were still If you had your team like in the top two, top three, but you were injured, but when you come back, y'all are playing from a home court first couple rounds perspective, that would be totally different. But as it stands, you add that with a lot of the younger talent starting to produce. They found something in Khalil Ware. He was a player that I was high on even going into the draft because I thought he was a little undervalued after his first season. And then when he transferred to Indiana, I saw how he played and I was like, man, with Miami system, that strength and conditioning and them being required to be in peak shape and some of the skills he has as far as his 3-point shooting and things like that, you can put Khalil Ware up there with like Chet and those guys. I look at him from a talent perspective, very similar. And you saw the way he matched up against Wembanyama, very comfortable against Wembanyama's size. You don't find many players like that. But Khalil Ware is something that they found in this time. So now they have another guy that's elevating up to what should be an all-star career. You know what I'm saying? So um now they just have to fill out their wings. I saw them talking about potentially Chris Middleton and all those type of players. If I'm Miami, I don't want another injured player that hasn't reclaimed his old form. I would be more so looking to grab gems in the draft, or you know who I would go for if I was them? And I would have went for this player because I said the Knicks. This was one of the players I said the Knicks should have looked at. I was always. You go back to my old videos. I talked about Norman Powell being the guy that many teams should have went after. And if I'm Miami, I want to find a way to get a Norman Powell down in South Beach and tell him, as the two, you are the guy on the perimeter, offensively and everything. Like Tyler Hero made the All Star team too, but I'm talking about that toughness, athleticism, and different things that Powell brings. I think him and Tyler Hero could actually complement each other. But Norman Powell, those type of players, you got to find some diamonds sometimes. You can't just look at someone like Middleton, what he was able to do in the playoffs years ago, because this how New York found Jalen Brunson. You got to see past the stats and see that, okay, somebody like Brunson was playing with ball dominant Luka, but if I put him on the ball and I look at what he did in the sample size against Utah when Luka was out, okay, I got a different player. And I think Miami's approach should be that. So I say all that to say when trading Jimmy Butler, try to find that undervalued diamond in the rough. The better players always is the diamond in the rough. You see how quick the Clippers, was giving up Shea Gilgeous for Paul George. And I know that was one of Kawhi's requirements, but man, you don't give up on young talent. And if young talent has shown flashes, sometimes it's better to go for someone who hasn't become an all-star, who hasn't gotten all the accolades and requires all that money, and go out and get the player and they develop under you and become that player. So that's what I would be looking to do if I was trading Jimmy Butler. Um, I'd be looking at some of the pieces. Even Houston don't play as much. I think Cam Whitmore got some potential. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking for those type of pieces if I'm Miami. But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time. Peace.